Welcome back to Dreamin' Dragons. It's showtime! You've sat on your hands patiently waiting a few weeks while you've seen your kernel of corn bud grow and grow to the beautiful flower you have on your hands now. But now you have this beautiful flower in your garden. What do I do now? First question you need to ask yourself, is this variety self-fertile or not? We've covered this in an earlier video, so check that one out in the description below, but to briefly summarize, a self-fertile variety will accept and set a fruit with its own pollen, which makes the whole process a stack easier. Alternatively, a self-sterile variety won't accept its own pollen, and you'll need to use pollen from another variety. This flower here, Pink Panther, a brilliant self-fertile variety. Happy days, we can use its own pollen. Get in! Time to rip in and walk through how we do it. Righto, here we go. What do we need? Something to collect the pollen into? My go-to is an old metal dog food bowl. Something to dust and apply the pollen with. Can't go wrong with a fine paintbrush. Something to help see what you're doing. The flowers open at night and you're often using both hands. Having a headlight/torch helps to keep your hands free for the job at hand. Got your tools, got your flower. Get into action. What do we need to do? We need to move pollen from the anthers, the little bristles of the flower, and dump them onto the stigma, the octopus tentacle thing in the middle of the flower. Check out our flower anatomy video in the description for a closer look into the bits and bobs of the flower. Step 1. Place your bowl between the petals and the stamen, those little bristles. Step 2. With your paintbrush or whatever you choose to use, give those bristles a red hot rub. Extra emphasis on dusting the anthers, the little golden specks at the end of the bristles. These are the pollen factories of the flower. You'll see the bowl start to collect the pollen. Each variety will produce and have available different amounts of pollen. Some are pollen bombs, and some just bomb out and produce nothing. Step 3. Once you have a pinch of pollen, hit that stuff with the other end of the brush and smother the stigma, that little octopus thingo. The more the merrier, but if you're running dry, you'll only need a few specks. Step 4. Not necessary, but I label my branches with the date I pollinated and the pollen I used. Few reasons. I know how long the fruit's been ripening for. It makes it easy to work out potential contributing factors if you get a giant or a tiny fruit. Also, if your fruit aborts, it helps identify potentially incompatible pollen. And step 5. Sit and wait for the magic day it's ripened and ready to chow down on. While we're going strong, let's pollinate a self-sterile variety. Here's our Connie Meyer. Unlike Pink Panther, this beautiful flower will not accept its own pollen. And should I wave my wand from anther to stigma, we're going to end up with a wilted yellow flower that falls off within the week. We still have some of our Pink Panther pollen. Plonk it on our brush, grab some pollen, and lather up that stigma. Once again, the more the merrier. Whack your date and your pollen source on your branch, and that's collecting and pollinating in a nutshell. And finally, if you've enjoyed or found this video interesting, please drop me a like as well as subscribing to my channel. It will do wonders to help spread my content to the wider dragon fruiting community. Plus will help you keep up to date with all the dragon fruity goodness we have going on here. Cheers, guys.